Okay, this is the video that I think a lot of you have been looking for. This is the one where I'm actually going to look at how to do research and how to find articles and that sort of thing. And we're going to start out really basic because sometimes people ask me just how do I even figure out what I'm interested in or what would be a good topic or anything like that. Like I kind of know where I want to go, but not like specifically what kind of search terms I want to put in to get some of these specific articles. Like what do I want to dedicate this much time to? Because reading some of these articles is going to be a real time investment. So that is a legitimate thing to worry about. One way you might want to go is you could just go to reddit.com. Actually, I'll go straight into the /r/science. This is a link aggregator website. I'm sure most of you are already familiar with it. And this is where people post a whole bunch of scientific discoveries. And if they are really good, the community upvotes them, of course. And that means that the ones that the community has rated the highest end up at the top. And over here, you can filter by topic. So neuroscience, biology, environment, medicine, health, all of these would be valid things for us to go into here. So let's, I'm an environmentalist, so let me go to the environment stuff. A new modeling study has found that global biodiversity loss can be reversed and natural habitats increased in area by combining sustainable agriculture intensification, reductions in food waste, increases in plant-based diets. So a great study has been done, and oh my God, look at that. It's Nature. It's from the journal Nature. This is an excellent study here. Now this, it's actually straight to the abstract. But it's behind a paywall here. So you, as students, could then look for this through our library system. This same article, copy paste this title, look at these authors, and then see if you can get it through our databases without having to pay for access. One of the benefits here. So that's one option. You can go through websites like that, and there's also instead of R Science, you could go to R Biology, slightly smaller, but same kind of community. You could go to Scientific American. This one right here, notice the subscribe, that's going to be for subscribing to the actual magazine. This one is more news and things like that. So this probably dates exactly when I'm filming this video pretty precisely, but Venus might host life, new discovery suggests. People talking about astrobiology. Probably not a good topic to write your research paper on. Not going to find more than one paper on it if there's even one good one to find, and you're not going to find reviews on it, and it might be a little bit dense to get into. So maybe something else, but you got other options here, and you can search for more articles here. You could also go to National Geographic. Let's see here. They also got news about Venus. I haven't even looked into that story yet, so I don't even know what that's about. Maybe it's a big deal and I should pay more attention. Let's take a look at the coronavirus stuff, though. That's topical. I'm guessing that at least one of you is going to be looking into it. Dozens of vaccines in development. Let's see what that's about. So we got a lay publication. We have a periodical written for mass audiences to try to communicate information about vaccines and what's going on and what's in development. And these are so valuable. I don't want to give the impression that I'm ever trying to diminish what science journalists do. I love science journalists. I think they do an amazing job. One of the things that I want to communicate through this project is how hard what science journalists are trying to do is. There are science journalists of whom I am legitimately a big fan. So yeah, this is going to be a great resource reading through this and trying to get some good information. And look at this, they have links to here's what vaccines are and how they work if you need extra stuff. A multi-stage clinical process, link to explanations about that. Here's how we'll know when a COVID-19 vaccine is ready. So all kinds of stuff you might want to know. They have additional links to go in here. And then they talk about the specific vaccines that are being studied. And let's take the next step here. I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go somewhere else now. I'm going to go to Scholar. That's not how you spell Scholar. .google.com. And I want to paste, yes. All right, and what do we have here? First link that comes up. So Google Scholar is Google's search engine working specifically for scholarly papers. And this is great. Look at this. You have a full scholarly paper written in a website here. Oh, not the whole thing here. But download PDF full text. This is great. But something's amiss. This is not from a journal. So what's going on here? It's a preprint. Preprints are before peer review has occurred. So this is a copy of the paper before they've gone through the peer review process. So this is not published in a journal yet. So this would not count as an article for you to be able to use for your paper. But that means it's a really good example that I could use, because this will not be something that someone otherwise could have been able to use. So look at this. They got an abstract. They have a methods section. Tells you it's primary research, right? Healthy adults, 18 to 55, were randomized in an ongoing placebo-controlled observer blinded. Oh my God, it's a double-blind randomized controlled trial. Oh, this is great. If we just came in a little bit later, this would be great. And they're testing one of these vaccines here. So you can read about the progress of this vaccine and what methods were used. And look at this, statistical analysis. Okay, so it has all of the portions of the paper that we discussed in some of these other videos. So that would be a really good way to do it. So another fantastic resource for you to use is Google Scholar. Another great website. PubMed. PubMed.gov. It's a great one for medical papers. So let's look up, cholesterol. Here we go. Full text. And for the time being, for this example, I'm gonna put full text free, as a matter of fact. Now search. Role of cholesterol in cancer. That's an interesting title. That draws me in. A lot more catchy than some of the titles that we've seen previously. That gives me a clue about something. I have a feeling we have here, cited by, where's the PDF? It's gotta be somewhere. Free PMC article. There it is. Here we go. PDF. Okay, so now I have the full text PDF of that article, the role of cholesterol in cancer. And there it is. So, why is that title so vague? Because this review provides selected examples of the epidemiological TCGA and preclinical data. This is a review paper. That's why, because it's just giving you general information about what we know about the role of cholesterol in cancer. Now, you do need one review paper for your research project, so this would fulfill that requirement. But let's see here. We got abstract, introduction, and then we start breaking it into categories, different categories of material. There's no methods section here. No experiment was done. And then we have references. So this is a review paper. So they went through 70 different papers in order to come to their conclusions here. There are some of these illustrations I was talking about you find in the reviews. Very nice. So this would not work as your primary research, but it might fulfill your review paper requirement. And like I said, these are generally easier to read. Now, I found that by looking for free PDF full text through Google Scholar. But you guys have another resource available to you. What if I go to the research paper guidelines that I have given you? I scroll down to where we are talking about looking for articles. Another thing about review papers is they'll often just say review right up at the top. This one didn't, but it'll often say it somewhere. Do a Control F for the word review. If it'll say it somewhere at the beginning. This is a review paper, probably. Scientific articles are often expensive to read. Fortunately, the college pays for access to many of these things, which are freely available for you to use. To search for papers, go to the Learning Commons section of the DCCC webpage. That is easy to do. You just go to Student, and then Learning Commons is right here. And you go to that section of the website, Library Services, and you can contact a librarian and they will help you out with things. You can email the librarian, and they even have a live chat feature. Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., you can talk with the librarians as well. So they are really excited to help you with these research papers, and they know about the biology research paper. In fact, some of them specifically know about my version of the biology research paper. We've had discussions about it, so they are really there and ready to help you talk about it. Another way you can get through here, connect with a librarian, library databases, there we are, right? You can select from all these databases, all these different things, but you can also go through the advanced search and come right here. Now, if that was too much to remember for you, I have another option. There was a lot of clicking there. If you go, get rid of all of that, to the research paper guidelines that I gave you, hold down Control, click this picture of the advanced search button. Brings you right to it. I made it a link so that it just takes you straight there. Okay. Let's look for something like, I like talking about cone snails and insulin. And I don't care where it's from. I am looking for journals. Journal article is what I'm looking for. I want scholarly material, peer-reviewed, items with full text online, and discipline, biology. And preferably although I have tried translating my way through a paper before, preferably in English. Here we are. So, venom insulins of cone snails diversify rapidly and track prey taxa. Full text online. I can go to there. I'm not going to show more than the abstract here, but I can download the PDF right there. I'm not going to show more than the abstract because this is going to go out on YouTube and I don't want to get in trouble from the publisher. So I have a journal article on something about cone snails and their use of insulins. These are a species that actually hunts prey by emitting insulin. And they kind of put their prey into almost like a diabetic shock. Really cool type of animal. So that is another resource that you have available to you. So I hope this was a helpful guide to how you might do searching for scholarly articles and what you might look for. All right, I will see you guys next time.